Hello grade 8, so we're going to continue with multiplying decimals 2.3. So I'm going to go straight into some examples. So we're going to multiply different decimals together. So example 1, we're going to start with example 1 over here. Example 1. And so what we want to do is we want to multiply decimals directly. Multiply decimals directly. And so I'm sure we've learned this before. We've done this in grade 7, in grade 6. And so let's just continue to practice a few of this. So I'm going to do an example. Let's say we want to do 5.82 multiplied by 0.41. And so in this, what we're going to do is we're going to stack them up. And it doesn't matter the place value. It doesn't matter if you align them or not. Okay, so this time we don't have to align the place value in multiplying. And so we can treat this as if there is no decimal at all. Okay, so when we multiply, we treat this as if we can multiply as if there is no decimal at all. So we treat it as like a 2-digit multiplying or 3-digit multiplying, no decimal at all, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. So 1 times 1 is going to be 1, 1 times 8 is 8, 1 times 5 is 5, 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 8 is 32, and 4 times 5 will be 20 plus 3 is 23. Then we're going to add them. That's going to be 1. That's going to be 12. That's 5 plus 2, which is 7 plus 1, which is 8. And then the 3 and the 2. And so lastly, what we want to do is we want to count the total number of decimals in the question. And so how many decimals are there in the question? There is 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, and 4 decimals in total. So what we're going to do is we're going to count 4 decimal places. So that's 1 place, 2 place, 3 place, 4 places. And our dot should be right here after the 2, between the 2 and the 3. So that's 1 place, 2 place, 3 places, 4 places back. Okay, so that's 2.3821. And lastly, we want to check that it makes sense. So 5.8 is somewhat close to 6. 4.1 is somewhat close to 0.5. And so half of 6 is approximately 3. Is our answer kind of close to 3? 2.3 and 3 is a little bit off. It's just 0.7 off, but it's close enough, so I know that I'm not too off. Now, by checking the decimal, we're not actually checking if our answer is accurate. We're checking if our answer is in the correct place value, that we're not 10 times bigger than the answer or 10 times smaller than the answer. If my answer was 23.8, then that is way off, because 5 times half or 6 times half is 3, and 3 is not anywhere close to 23. So our answer would have been off. But 2.3 is somewhat close, so we can move on. Let's go on to the next example. And this time we want to evaluate example 2. Example 2. This time we want to evaluate variable expressions. And so let's say that this time we have the expression. Let's say we want to evaluate 2.36 p when p is equal to 5.38. And so when you are doing your homework, what I want you to do is first you need to actually copy down the answer, the question, copy the expression. So you would write down 2.36p, and then I don't need you to copy what p is, but when you do your working out, you need to replace p with that bracket, which is 5.38. I am substituting in 5.38 into P in a bracket so that it is very clear I'm doing substitution. And so when I need to multiply, then I'm going to show my actual multiplication. So this is 3 digits times 3 digits. So let's just go ahead and do that. 2.36 times 5.38. And so when we do this, this is going to be 8 times 6, which is 48, okay? And then the 4 goes up on here. 8 times 3, which is 24, plus 4 is 28. And 2 goes up here. 8 times 2, 16. 16 plus 2 is 18, so 18 goes up here. And then we have here 3 times 6, which is 18. And then 1 goes up here. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. So 0 and the 1 goes over. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. And then lastly we have 5. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 3 is 15. Plus 3 is 18. And then 5 times 2 is 10. Plus 1 is 11. So we have 11. And then we want to add them all together. And so we have here 8 goes down. 8 plus 8 is 16. And then 8 plus 1 is 9. And then 1 plus 8 is 16. And then 1 plus 1 is 2. And then we have 1, 2, 6, 9, 6, 8. And then lastly, we want to count how many decimal places. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 decimal places. And so our dot will be after the 2 and between the 2 and the 6. And so our answer should be 12.6968. And so let's double check that it makes sense. 2.3 multiplied by 5. 2 times 5 is 10 approximately. 12 and 10 is somewhat close to each other. They are still in the correct place value, so I know that our answer is not too far off. So let's move on to example 3 now. We have 4 examples today, so please bear with me. Example 3 will be evaluating products of, estimating, sorry. Example 3 will be estimating products of decimals. And so this time our estimation would be a front digit estimation. So we're not going to worry about the decimals, we're only worried about the first digit. Okay, so we're going to round the leading digit. Okay, so this time we're going to round the leading digit, or in other words, it is the largest place value, okay, the greatest place value. We're going to round to that largest place value, and then we're going to multiply. So for example, let's say this one is example C. We have 4.57 multiplied by 199.4. What is the leading digit for both of these numbers? The largest place value is the ones digit, which is 4 over here. The largest place value for the second number is that 1, which is the hundreds place. Okay, so we're going to round to the nearest 1 and we're going to round to the nearest 100 for both of these numbers. And so it's going to be approximately 5 because the next value rounds up, so that becomes 5. 199, the next value is 9, which is rounding up, so that's going to be 5 times 200. And so once we estimate this, 5 times 200 will give us 1,000. Okay, now our rounding may be, our estimation may not be super accurate, but it is still an estimation of some sort. If you actually do the multiplying, will be maybe around the 800 area, or 800, a little bit more than 800, but it's still somewhat close to our answer. So the last example, I know I'm talking quite fast, I'm going quite fast. I don't want this to be such a long video. It's already at 9 minutes. So last example, example 4 will be finding areas of rectangles. And so, of course, this will include decimals as well. So D, we have the rectangle over here, which is 7.8 cm by 3.2 cm. And so what we want to do, the area is equal to the width times the length. I'm actually going to write this out. And so that is equal to 7.8 times 3.2. And I'm going to show my working out by multiplying by long multiplication directly. 2 times 6 is 16. 2 times 7 is 14 plus 1 is 15. And then 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 7 is 21. Plus 2 is 23. Add them together, that's 6. That's 9. That's 4. That's 2. How many decimal places? That's 1, 2 decimal places. So I need to go back 2 decimal places. So we have 24.96 centimeter squared. So don't forget to write the unit. Okay? So your homework, let me, am I able to pause? No, I'm not able to pause this time. So let me just quickly copy down the homework. Please bear with me. Usually I'm able to pause the video while I grab the homework, but I'm not sure why I'm not able to pause this time. So you're gonna have to bear with me. The homework, almost there, almost there. Can you guys see it? Yes, you guys can see it. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so that is your homework for today. I will also post the homework into PowerSchool class page. So please do the homework. Once you're done, submit it into OneNote. I will see you guys next lesson.